Alright, hello. Hey Super Cheese, welcome. How are you doing? So, today we had a long play mode. We've already played Dead Space, which is our new long play. But I feel like I want to play a strategy game, since we played a lot of KCD lately. However, the only maps in Season 3 that I have been recommended recently are two very savage maps. So I don't feel like I'm in a super attentive state right now, so I probably wouldn't be able to deal with it easily. And I want to give them a fair shot, so I'm gonna have to play that when I'm at my best. I'm not familiar with this game. It is similar to Surviving the Aftermath, if you are familiar with that. That's like Surviving Mars. It's made by the same people. Just post-apocalyptic thing. It's a city builder. But this one is like more macro-oriented. So in the Surviving the Aftermath, you would be having a colony of maybe 150 people at peak efficiency. In here, it's gonna be hundreds upon hundreds of people, which I find more interesting personally than small scale stuff. So we'll see. I also haven't played the game in ages, so there are a bunch of updates as well as DLC. I might not be familiar with all the things in it. I know the basics, so you'll see how it goes. Let's take a look at the new game. Tutorial, survival mode, scenario. Let's do survival. It's like a scenario basically, like the random map. Easy game, no. We need to change the game mode. Well balanced but equally challenging game. Let's do normal. As I said, I haven't played in ages and they certainly changed things. Our starting location. Right. Yeah, this is the map. We need some water, some grassland around us, preferably some rocks as well, but this is like too enclosed, I think. Number of mountains, number of lakes, number of forests, number of ruins. Free area around the starting point. Let's do a large area. And generate a new map. I'm gonna generate a couple. I think this one has a huge lake, which is not exactly great for moving around. This one looks moderately interesting. Just generate a couple. This one is actually not bad. This one is too open. Not too many rocks. This one could be... oh, it's too few rocks around the edges. Just give it a couple more generations, you'll see what happens. This one doesn't look terrible. But I bet there is a better one. Just waiting for us somewhere. A lot of small little lakes, it's not great. But there is contamination in this game, I think. If you contaminate your water source, it's gonna suck, so multiple might be good. This one seems fine. Let's roll with this one. Just keep this standard name, I don't really care for naming my cities. Okay, so we have scrap, wood. So the resources, this is the town center.
Good place to settle. You know what we we learned in the Endzone. Basic needs come first and foremost.
Okay. Stupid game, take a look around. So we have the scrap field. There is a mountain, some forest, more scrap. We have this lake. And we do start with, yeah, there's a reasonable amount of scrap around here. It's good. Some free space around our town center. Now you can improve it. Once you get some resources, you can actually make it better into a building. For now, it's just a thing. Any similarities to Frostpunk? Not really. You don't have like a generator, but you do have the weather getting worse or even better sometimes. So it's like not as dire, because Frostpunk actually is quite limited in scope. How long can you play a map before it becomes unbearable? The weather and all that. In here it's more about sustainability and planning ahead, but it's just annoying sound. Music is really strange. Okay. Yeah, and it's about building a city, so no, you don't have a generator to build around. You just need to build things correctly for access to services and things, but it's not like Frostpunk in many regards. It can be a little bit similar, but not really. Okay, so we have two choices: cabins or shelters. In cabins, people can breach because they can actually have how many slots is that? 2 adults and 3 children, and then you can build a shelter which is 25 inhabitants, and you can configure it to only accommodate all settlers are old and infertile. So that's for maintaining population, this is for expanding population. We start with some people. We can take a look at the top. We have water, food, wood, scrap, tools, radiation protection. We have some suits, I think, basic ones. And then we have average health, average radiation, knowledge, which is research, rich food, which is types of food, yeah, right. And if we hover over our food stocks, we should be able to see what kind of food we have. I think we have like cans or something. Take a look at the resources. Beans, we have 600 beans, okay. Yeah, we start with 10 adults and 5 children. We can see the growth meters. It's our population indicator. Okay, let's get to building. Professions. Let's grab a couple of builders. The first thing we need is tasks. Chop wood. We could make it larger, I think. Rotate building. Can we not make it larger? Probably not. Okay, let's place it there. Gather some scrap as well. Gather some plants. And that's gonna be it. What about removing radiation? No radiation around here. That's good. Now we will need to build up. We need to consider if we do water tower, collects and stores water. It can also use coal to filter radiation out of the water. Requires a jetty, well, or rainwater collection. Okay. Rainwater collection. It can get polluted by toxic rain, but you can disable collecting by having a tarp over it. Irrigation. Well requires a person to work it though, I think. So it's yeah, this would require plastic. We don't currently have any plastic, I don't think. Recycler or a refinery, right? So we have to start with a couple of wells, I guess, or we could do a jetty to just collect water. That would be the simplest thing to do, but it's kind of like a well. So how are we gonna plan the streets? I think we should just build up in the back here. There is no road connection there, so let's just build it here. And then water tower, we cannot have that. What else? Cistern. It's also a collection facility. It's gonna be a little bit too wide, maybe. Yeah, okay. But we can make it here. So it's right across. So we'll let people do that. And then we'll build up a couple of cabins. Actually, shouldn't we build food first? Yeah, we should. Should make a fishing hut. Which the best place for it would be here. Actually, it has efficiency in here as well. Could just place it here. Let's have it then. Okay, people do their job. We have 2 builders assigned. We could maybe switch up a 3rd one. Then we'll need to make sure we have some other professions as well, but for now this will suffice. So they'll begin cutting resources to build up this. So that's a well. We will have to assign a well person. And a water carrier. Next up, they will be building up the fisher, and we will also want a hunting hut, I think, and we might want it here. So let's get that. We have some radiation, apparently. Drilling for water, job well done. Yeah, clearly. It's a well. But yeah, it won't be so simple as the game leads you to believe. Build something like that. You can see how much water we have in here. Yeah. Might be actually the production limit. Yeah. Okay. So we've built this up. I'm gonna assign to fishermen. And we'll need to start building up our housing. So something to consider is actually decorations. They will need to be placed around here. So I figure might build the houses with a gap so that we can add some bushes and whatnot. Also, I think I remember if you expand the housing, it's gonna become larger, which sucks from building perspective, because you just, if you build up things, they're not gonna fit later. That's how it works. Yeah, right. So let's just make sure we keep enough spaces in between. Is this gonna be enough? This is gonna be enough, I think. It's just so weird how I need to build things. Alright, and shelter, probably not yet. Let them just build up this. Logistics, dirt road, we have technology, electricity. Community, campfire. Campfire serves as a meeting place. I think this acts as a campfire. So we don't really need that yet. I need to figure out what the design is gonna be on the decorations eventually. So the first shacks are being built. They'll immediately be occupied. This 6 should serve us fairly well. Contamination. It's alright. Hey Fairby, gonna lurk. Just want to let you know I'm here. This game looks totally interesting. It's like apocalyptic Banished. Yeah, it is similar to Banished in some aspects. It's similar to Surviving the Aftermath, but it's on larger scale. Okay, we'll build a scrapyard over here. Need to figure out where our industry is gonna be, and I think we want it somewhere around here. Just not sure where exactly. Recycler. Forester. I didn't play this for a really long time, so unfortunately it's just gonna be a pain before I remember anything. Basically map with no mission goals. Yeah, it's like a sandbox basically. You do have things that you need to do in order to progress, of course, but it's not railroaded. It's not like a campaign, I don't think. You could play a scenario, but I'm just playing the sandbox map because I need to remember everything again. Haven't played in ages, and there were some changes, updates and such, so I have no idea what changed and what didn't. I remember hating that the houses become larger as you evolve them, so you need to account for that extra space from the start, and that's really difficult to know. And even now I feel like I've misplaced them, but I just cannot deal with that right now. So that's one of the issues I have with this game. It's just, it feels like I'm doing something wrong even though I'm trying. Also, where am I gonna build this? I need to attach it to something so I know I'm not scuppering anything. But how? This is just so irregular, nothing fits really. Can we have... Yeah, school would be nice, but that's nowhere near where we are currently. Technology... Could have a massive shelter in here, which we probably will. Take your time. Yeah, it's not gonna be fast, unfortunately. I just need to figure out what's the correct approach. Yeah, these things are kinda chunky. But this is gonna be the industry area. Is there a stockpile, logistics, food stockpile, temporary storeroom? It wants a bunch of scrap. But that's fine. I just want to make sure that we build it somewhere where we want our industry to be. I think we can have it there. Then include a scrapyard here. Couple of recyclers. One for now. Forester's Lodge. I will need to develop a forest area that we will not expand into, but it also needs to be fairly close. I would kind of like a forester to be around here, I think. Or we could just, no, we could have him elsewhere and then, you know, just set up his zone to be somewhere else. which is actually good, I think. I want to develop a road there, so let's do that. Professions, we have 4 settlers left. Let's just switch to 2 builders, because you'll need to develop some other professions, and that's gonna be difficult to achieve. We'll need more kids, that's for sure. Somebody grew up, that's good. It's progressing kinda quick, which is nice. Key is keeping people happy so that they can actually breed. Now, we will assign at least a couple of hunters. So you'll need a lot of food, and more variety you have, the better. But it's not great that we are getting only meat, basically, because you want variety. So what kind of food do we have? Beans, mushrooms, berries. Okay, we are getting some of the gathering stuff. That's good. You want variety. Water should be taken care of, right? Yeah, it looks fine. So all of this requires scrap, but we are gonna get it. It's just we don't have that many laborers currently, or settlers, that could build up things. Just give it some time, it's gonna happen. And housing space should be alright. I think we can accommodate 12 adults. And then, okay. Children could be born, but we haven't had the chance so far. I think it would be nice to have a couple more cabins, but we need to make sure we have set up the road correctly. So we want, how much space is there between that? So that's gonna be 1 tile to the side here, plus 1 bush, plus 1 road, plus 1 bush, plus 1 space. Something like this, and then keep this one here. Something like this. And then a shelter as well, which is gonna go all the way over here. And that's because we want this for a marketplace, I think, and a campfire or a forum. Forum decrees can be imposed that influence settlers' behavior. In addition, a selection of the settler styles can be viewed. Pub, school, yeah, these things need to be fairly close by. School is important, but it's very expensive, so we cannot justify just that. But the sooner we can get it and keep it running, the better for you. For a settlement, basically. Now we'll be getting that scrap. Just gonna take some time. We are out of wood and out of scrap. How is the food looking like? Wild boar meat. Fish, mushrooms. I think I'm gonna disable the hunters for a bit. Keep 1. And hope that we can get some things done. What is this? Gather wood. Change field. Yeah, we can cut some of this forest down. This is a scrap gathering place. Can just gather these piles. Yeah, that's why we didn't have resources. I didn't realize. These bigger piles need to be taken apart by a scrapyard building. That's how it works. That's why we picked the normal difficulty. We have a homeless person. It's because one of the settlers grew up, and adults, only 2 adults per house. Plus 3 children. So another one is gonna be built soon. We can shuffle priority. No, that's the workers. Build next, yes. That's how that works. We'll be able to get some scrap now, hopefully. We haven't had a kid yet. Okay, scrap is making its way here. Just give it some time. It's gonna happen. I will need another... What is it? Resources. Tasks. Gather scrap. Can we not make a new one? I want another one. No. Games, no, okay. I mean, it's gonna happen. Just takes a little time. Okay, we've got some children. 2 of them, to be precise. That's nice. Because we will need them. They are our future. I think it's too soon for logistics. But I'd like to start roading up. Just to be sure we can actually know how are we gonna expand. I think we want 2 tiles space. And then expand the road layout there. Make sure that's roaded up. Middle tile. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out this one. I think this would be fine. Might want to build that soon. We'll see. Build next. So they've built 2 houses. That should be fine. How are our professions looking like? 2 builders, 7 settlers. It's actually fine, we do need a lot of scrap, so just let them do that. When we build more buildings, we'll reassign them. They've done a little bit of that road, that's good. This would cost scrap and wood, yeah, we don't have enough resources. Justify. Oncoming drought. The soil is going to become infertile. Stockpile water. I want to make sure we don't die. But at the same time, I think the well is gonna function nonetheless. And we have quite a bit of water. And the drought is not gonna last forever. So I think we'll be okay. We could maybe add a jetty. Just to make absolutely sure. Okay, this is built. Let's assign some people on it. Trees. Reassign that. Start cutting down some of that. Field of work, assign it there. We've built a temporary storeroom, which is good. This is gonna process plastic. We'll assign a person. Resources. Recycler. It's a shame we cannot fit 3 of them in here. It's got 2. A herb hut seems worthwhile. Just need to figure out where we want it. It can be here. Let's build it up. Oh yeah, and they want scrap to function. So maybe subtract a worker for now. We'll add it later. Now forester. Cut down another forest. Let's get 2 people. We have a quest. Set up a tailor's workshop and activate carbon mask produced. Okay. That's gonna be difficult. They will want charcoal, I think. And we will move this area. We'll forest it here. So how many people do we have? Yeah, a lot of kids. That's gonna be nice for later when they grow up. What about our professions? 3 settlers, yeah, that's not a lot. We need to be mindful of that. So these guys collected a bunch of the scrap. Let's collect it from the forest. I really want to make sure there is no scrap left there, because you'll need this just to be used for foresting and hunting, so you could make it pure wood area. The radiation rabbits with flowers on their head. What is that? That's so weird. Okay. This will require cloth, so we will filter some cloth from scrap. Once we get scrap, we'll assign people on it. Yeah, we don't have the clothing. That's what they mentioned. This would require cloth. It's not something we have right now. Just can't deal with it. Just let everything happen. You can also capture animals for pasturing, but I don't think we have enough to support that, really. So they've built up the herbal hut. I kind of want a person to be working that, but we do have some herbs already. It's gonna be metal. So if processing for each one of the more advanced resource, but we'll need surplus scrap to activate. Let's activate them. Somebody grew up. Let's add one to this. We need to build this thing, but that should happen as they get the cloth ready. Let's build up a couple more cabins, keep it 6 in total. Homeless, yeah, I know. The adults are growing up, which is causing the issues. Now, what about the cloth? It's getting broad here. Just takes some time. Not a jetty. Oh yeah, this drought means that even this dries up. Let's cancel the fisherman. The well is running though, so we should be fine. Could add another person. Now we are getting surplus scrap. I think it's time to build up the school. Because the kids can grow up pretty quick and you need to make sure you have education ready. It's really important. Let's build a school there. Might see a first death as well. Cemetery. I don't really want to build it yet. Let's just build... Yeah, you'll need a charcoal kiln. It can be right there. And this does not actually have to have a road, but let's just build it anyway. And I want to make sure that there are plenty of access points around here. And we want to build a couple of tailors. Start with one. Shelter is done. Old and infertile are gonna live here. Okay, wood has been depleted. Let's move up. Destroy that. Scrap depleted. It's actually from the main building, I think. Gather plants. Yeah, that's fine. Without the regular gathering thing. That's here. You gather here. It's really tough to notice sometimes. And you can only have one flag of each kind. That's kind of confusing. Usually games like this don't have that limit. Looks like we are blitzing through. If we didn't have bread, let them eat burgers. Yeah, they didn't have bread. Lack of tools, yeah. You will build a tool workshop eventually. We'll need so many things. I think I've already messed up. I would like to build up my industry more concentrated than this, but it's alright. We can just roll with it. Let's grab a couple more recyclers and professions. Let's add another more scrap collectors. Okay, water came back, so let's get 2 fishermen. School is built. Let's add a teacher. Productivity, handling, clothing, badges. Recyclers, what do? They process scrap into advanced resources like cloth, metal or plastic, depending on what you want. So we have one of each kind. It's not nearly enough. Unhappy. No tools. Homeless. Who is homeless? All settlers can live here then. It's not good to have it like that, but since they already filled these places, kinda need to. We need to build a campfire. Logistics. Marketplace. It's too early. It's gonna cost a lot of workers. Have to get some more cabins. Drug dealers have to be somewhere. Oh, not in this society. Right. Let's keep some spaces. Build it up, see what happens. Gonna do another builder just to speed up the construction a bit. We managed to get a tailor, so let's get a tailor. Also have a charcoal kiln, so let's get a guy, burn some charcoal. We'll have to improve our main building. It's absolutely full, the school. I don't suppose we could get better capacity from having more teachers, so let's not bother. So they're just making neck scarves. Let's make activated carbon mask. I need the carbon for it, but it's gonna be worth it. Wood chipping. Scrap is being harvested. Needs cloth, yeah. It's gonna happen. Just need these to be built. It's gonna take some time. At least they've built the houses, so that's good. Switch that to old and infertile again until that fills up, which will happen inevitably. Okay, task is done. Let's get another person. You'll need another forester or two, just to make sure we maximize that. Low in water reserves. Okay. I want to build up another well. Just need to figure out where we want it. Somewhere where it does not interfere with this one, that's for sure. Logistics. Expand that road. Expand this road. Build that next. Let's get a worker. And we'll need to increase our water carrier amount as well. Get another guy for cloth, and plastic and metal seems fine, but let's get more plastic. Actually, no, metal, because we'll need that for tools. Can you catch me the three-eyed fish in the water? Like in Simpsons. That is radiation, but yeah, the animals are mutated. So they all look weird. Like this freaking rabbit with a thistle growing out of his head for some reason. It's not impeding his ability to do anything, which is kind of weird. Let's set up the hunting spot there. Our food is not looking great, so let's add another guy. Our water just dropped completely. Let's get more fishermen working. Let's add another guy. Let's drop the professions by one. Need to solve our issues with water and food now. Oh, buildings in the vicinity, right. Like this, yeah. And then we add another person. And that should help with the water. They will bring it from the lake. Even though it might be contaminated. We could purify it with a filter if we add it later. Thursday, homeless. Okay, well, let's activate everyone can live here again. You'll need a graveyard soon. There is a drought coming as well. Well, that sucks. I'll need to hit another well. Have it there. Cemetery. Water and food, same old, yeah, it's the basics. It wasn't a problem a moment ago, it just became a problem again. Because the scale is off, I'm not used to playing this game. And this is why I don't like playing things I'm not too familiar with on stream. Just figuring stuff out is a pain on stream. Food, water, just let it have a moment. Maximum amount of scrap, clearly, okay. Let's reduce the amount of workers by a little bit. This is gonna get moved. Okay. They can have that. So it looks like we might want more wood. Oh, that's fine. Still struggling on water. That just sucks. Okay, let's get another guy. What is the cistern? That is the cistern. Can we improve it? It would disable it though. Oh, it wants electricity. Well, that's not gonna happen. You could go with rain collectors, I guess. They do cost plastic. It's not a big deal, really. The main thing is it's awkward to fit them. Because they have sort of an irregular shape. Just watching a French guy playing a game where a boy can telepathically control hordes of rats. It makes more sense after seeing this game. Does it? I don't understand how that connects, but if it helps you understand that, all the better. Yeah, what do I want to say? We could build those workshop tools, yeah. Where is it? Resources. Workshop, there it is. So it's the same size as the tailor, right? It's good for future reference. Just build it there. But yeah, this is really not working out too well. You would want to standardize your designs. This is a mess, basically. So immediately a reason to start over again, but we are learning. As I said, I haven't played this in ages, so I'm just so rusty. Something must have been messing up the genes of the rats and teleporting them back to the 1400s. That doesn't make sense. I don't... how's that game called, by the way? I think I've seen it. Seen that it exists. I wouldn't play something like that, but I do know of its existence, I think. Okay, we need a person. Take care of the dead. And you want multiple schools, because you do have so many kids. And if they get an education, they are just so much better at life. So it's really important to get that. Also, improving the bus didn't really do us much good. We could do it again, but it wants freaking electronics now. So, you know, that's not gonna happen. Not easily. We would have to mount an expedition, I think. A Plague Tale Requiem. Yeah, that's it. It's really odd. I wanted to at least figure out the housing, but I suppose we can just leave it. Because we are gonna die from the water shortage, I think. I just cannot get enough. It's probably just the amount of people we've got is way too high for what we had before. The rainwater collectors would be nice. Need to back to 8 million people, yeah. 8 billion people. Problem is the supporting that population, even with 3 wells and a jetty, I'm just not having enough. I think you should go with water collectors for the most part, and then just have enough leeway to stockpile excess amount. So what do you have in stock here? Yeah, it looks like you want more warehouses. But you want to research better ones. But researching things is expensive. What does it want? It wants electricity anyway. So you couldn't get that. This also wants electricity. Can you get electricity easily? Probably not. Everything wants electricity. Electricity, wind turbine. Must be unlocked through research. Okay, so if I don't have that, and I cannot get a research building, how do you research things? Either generated by researchers at the research station or found in course of side quests on expeditions. Okay. So expeditions are your best bet, but expedition station wants electricity. But if you want to get electricity, you need research. Isn't it a little odd? how that works. I think it is. So right, decorations. If you want to upgrade houses, you would also need to get that. Close your eyes, forget your problems, think hard, research, profit. That's how life works, but this game works differently, clearly. And we are gonna die from water shortage. Well, just a good attempt. And with that new knowledge, we are gonna go back and try to survive again. I could just let everyone die, but it's totally gonna happen. There is a drought coming and I cannot fix it. So you can just reload, but... Okay, let's take a look at the tooling workshop at least, so we can make scrap tools or metal tools. It's gonna be the metal tools. So what's the quest? Yeah, water is just constantly being depleted, basically. It's strange how that works. Without a graveyard, did someone die? Yeah, 2 people. Still suits from Dune? Yeah. Well, it's not not an option. Metal. Do we have maximum amount? I mean, the limits are way too low on these things. Just increase it. And then how much can you stock in here? Yeah, that's the problem though. You can only have so much in here. So you'd have to build more storehouses. So right, there's gonna be a drought, everyone's gonna die. We could just restart the same map, I guess.
This looks like a good place to...
It's the same map, right? Yeah, it looks like it. At least I think we are a little bit smarter this time. So you'll see how long this colony is gonna last. So again, first thing we need cistern and a water collector. We're probably gonna do the rain. No, that one's plastic, so we have to have a well at first, but we don't have to have too many. So the water area itself can be somewhere. Just have to, I'd like to have it somewhere nearby here. Let's take a look at food first. Fishing hut. Can build that thing here. Then we can have a jetty. Then we can have a cistern. Let's add the houses. Doesn't really add up. This cistern is offset by a little bit. I think we need to cancel it. and build it so that it fits like that. Gather some of this wood, gather some of this scrap. You can also get the plants. Grab a couple of builders. Let it happen. Rain collectors on the rooftops. Yeah, I'll have to build dedicated ones. You cannot have it on the houses themselves. As far as I know. But I have to rely more on that than anything else. I think that's gonna be crucial. Gonna have to get another builder. Let's make things happen. Let's grab a fisherman. Ooh, game mechanics. No easy things. Everything's gonna have to be difficult. Cannot have nice things. Let's get a collector. It's gonna continuously grab the water from the place. Should be enough, right? Probably. So they've built the housing almost. Next up we need industry. Kind of like the scrap to be separated from the wood. It's gonna be the main street. Let's put it here. Forester's Lodge. How is this space looking like? Yeah, 3 is a road. So, oh, right, yeah, okay, good. We'll get a charcoal guy, I guess, but not yet. Just start simple, these two things. And grab a couple of extra houses. I think 3 housing block is probably good anymore, and we could have problems. So we need to figure out a road here. This would work if we know for sure that we wouldn't be using more space. So this one can expand there. This one can expand there. This one can expand there. Yeah, that would work. We need population to grow as soon as possible. To also make sure that we can actually support it. Gatherer's Hut is gonna be pretty useful. It's not gonna work during the droughts though, which kinda sucks. Okay. Let's build a gatherer here. It's a contamination. They will clear it. It's gonna take them a little while. So they are happy, they have their houses, they have water and they have food. But we will need to get another water collector guy. This is built. Let's add some scrappers. Collect that. Seriously, my dad has 2,000 liter tanks to catch rainwater from the guttering of his house and his garage. It isn't rocket science. Yeah, like many people do that. And it makes sense. You can use it, if not for drinking, if you don't want to purify it, you can use it to water plants, and you can use it to wash things. It's useful. And if you were in the apocalypse, you do have the tarp, you do have all the things, so it wouldn't be like you probably wouldn't be able to get it on this too effectively, but if you are investing into better housing, which you eventually can research, I think that could be a thing. It's just from balance perspective, the developers probably didn't want that for some reason, so that's why it's there basically. Some things that make sense IRL sometimes don't really make sense from gameplay perspective. That's just how things work. Let's make sure the forest is only about here. We also collect stuff in here. I also... how many employees do we have? Okay, drop that to 2. I'm a little bit worried about the water, not gonna lie. Because there is a drought coming up soon-ish. But having a well would actually cost us a worker. But I think it's a good idea to have it. At least one. It's not gonna impact us terribly. Do we do logistics? I think we don't do logistics yet. But the road would be nice. Let's wait. Gather, let's get 1. Still using most of the scrap for buildings, so probably not the greatest idea to start getting the scrappers yet. But we will want a school. Or a couple. And I think the schools can insulate the housing from the rest, so let's build one here. Somebody grew up. It's alright. We've built everything. 2 kids were born, that's good. Get the scrap, move it, do the wood cutting. I think the wood cutting is moved somewhere, right? Get the scrap, get the wood, yeah, okay. Let's get a man working there. People, we could do with a teacher immediately. Get those kids education. Some contamination, there's nothing we can do about that. Campfire wouldn't be too difficult to acquire. I wanted another school first though. Or rather not first, but have it planned. Might want to rotate it just so it doesn't look so samey. And then disable it. Can you just pause the construction? Activate, yeah, okay. And then we can do a campfire. So water should be climbing, hopefully. Food is not looking great, but we can deal with it. Let's get another fisherman since we can. Not together. What about our grown-ups? 1 settler, yeah. That's not great. And it's gonna take a while since we don't really have that many kids. It's 4, which means we need 2 more houses. But it's free expansion basically. We know that this will be fine to build up. So let's do it. without our scrap and wood. It's not like great, but we have some. It's a shame we cannot see pop space easily, but there are some free houses, which is alright. Campfire is done. Okay, now resources. We'll build up a charcoal burner. Just have to figure out where we want them. It can be here. Might impact the housing a little bit though. So maybe we want him elsewhere. It doesn't really fit in with this, which is sad. I'd like it to be organized, but it's difficult to get that to be organized. Suppose we could have it here. We also should build the recyclers, I think, and start building them up in here. So this is a road. Logistics, temporary storeroom. Does it fit? It fits with this nicely. So if we want two of them, we couldn't get it because it would block off the road. And like this, it would leave some dead space then. I mean, storeroom isn't undesirable, so we can just have one here. And improve it later. Clothing, yes, we will get on it eventually. We had it, boom, a lot of kids. Oh yeah, we don't have people. When there's gonna be drought, I'm gonna disable the fishermen at least. It's gonna boost our workforce, and some kids will grow up soon. It's gonna boost the workforce as well. Let's get just one builder, I guess. About the coming water crisis? Is there a soil and gain factor? I don't think so. But who knows? I'm gonna have to start making some charcoal, even though we don't really have that many people. Okay, we have some grown-ups, that's nice. Need them to do some tasks. Even more grown-ups. Might suffer some housing shortage though, soon. We do have some spaces left. It's not like an insane amount. Someone's unhappy. It's alright. We'll need a shelter. You know, it's not really space efficient. The attractiveness is really low in there. Maybe we could just have some housing on this side instead. Oh, no, 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 no. Bad idea. It needs to have some spaces. Something like that. 1, 2. This is 2. Right. 1, 2, 3. Why does it not add up? Okay, yeah. Still doesn't add up. It's because this one is off. I'm so bad at life. Okay, let's just cancel that. Let's make sure it's right. Water is not looking great. The fisherman can't work. It's alright. Just let them have all the other things. You'll need to build up the water collectors eventually. So this one needs relocating. It's wood. Let's get rid of this wood. Scrap. Let's move it. Need to collect scrap from this forest so that we know that we don't have to worry about that. And we can just safely grow things in there. So we need to expand that area. Still are suffering from water shortage. But it could be worse. However, we'll need to fix it. Soon. We don't have plastics yet, but we'll get it soon. So let's build some rainwater collectors. This one's gonna do plastic. Let's get an employee. It's gonna need scrap though. I know, water is depleted, but it's gonna rain soon. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's head back to fisherman. How are we doing on professions? It's alright. Okay, yeah. Water carrier profession will need to be fixed. Could get another well. Nearest place is here without affecting the productiveness of that. But do we want it here? It's gonna mess up this area, but it's already kinda messed up because you won't be able to fit many regular things in here anyway. So let's just build it. And we'll assign another water carrier guy. And we should probably build up logistics now. When we can. So let's build a road. All the way down here. And then in here. Build this road all the way up there. Can fill in the places where we know for a fact we will have roads. Industry. And here I want to have an easy access to all of this. I think, so let's just build it like this. Could actually have 6 maybe, but... Where is remove road to? Let's get rid of that. And food is not looking great either. So I'll have to figure out what to do about that. I'd like a hunting lodge, I think. There's some hunt around here. It's kind of on the edge of my things now. What about this forest? This has much more food. So let's just make sure we build a cabin aligning to our existing stuff, but let's build it there. Gonna be important. And we need plastic for that. Hopefully we are making it. We are. Lack of tools, yeah, we'll get it. Make some cloth. Looks like we are still sort of lacking some resources. But it's getting better. We should buff up the amount of scrappers and maybe foresters as well. What about our professions? Hunters, yeah. It's not built yet, so no reason to add that, but we can add more fishers for that extra food. Water still looks terrible. I'm gonna have to build another water building, I think. Oh no, this one is done. Let's add a well person. It's gonna help. Might need yet another water carrier then. It's getting slightly better. Now this is gonna get some metal. And we'll want double on the plastic, I think, at least initially. How are we looking on workforce? Not great. I know, it's gonna be solved eventually. Just added a bunch more fishermen, so that should help with the food reserves a bit. Okay, we've got some water from fixing that. We'll need to build this. This rain collector is done. That's nice. It's gonna allow us to stabilize the water situation. Homeless settlers. Oh, we've got a population boom, that's why. Temporary storeroom is fine. Let's improve this thing. Well, food is gonna be a thing, I just can't get it yet. Okay, efficiency 100% here. Let's build that. Fishing lodge, and we could do a field. But I don't even know where I would want it. I could have it here maybe. So how large do we want it? 16 by 16. Actually interpreted by the buildings, maybe? Just 8 by 8. Get 14 by 12. This is gonna be black salsify. Can be harvested from fields, pumpkins. What grows faster? The squash. Need to assign people. How are you doing on workforce? Yeah, a bunch of people grown up, so let's just assign them. It's gonna help. Okay, what is this? Gather wood. Can continue cutting some wood around here. Have you removed all the scrap from here? I doubt it. need some tooling workshops and such. So what if we try to place them here? Would it fit to have two? Yes. Let's add some roads, and we'll want a couple more recyclers. It's gonna impact the desirability a bit. That's fine. To the hunters. Need to build it next, I think. Food is the issue now. Water seems to be fine, but food is not looking great. Need to build that other school as well. Okay, it wants a bunch of scrap. It's fine. Get the scrap from here. Where's the wood? Wood is here. It's fine. Okay, managed to fix the food apparently. Let's assign hunters. Let's hope the field can help us out. We have some housing issues. I want to build a shelter, I think. I didn't want to build it here because it offsets the things. No, it does not. It's fine. Right? It does offset it by 1. That's fine. Just build it. And build it next. Can switch this harvesting area for wood. Don't have enough scrap to continue production. Looks like we have enough plastics for now. Yeah, it's full, I know. Let's improve it. I think we have some charcoal. Yeah, we do. Just need resources. There's a drought coming up. This should be fine. They are harvesting the squash as well, which is nice. You'll need to get a food station. We could build a market. It's costly, but we can do it. Let's build it here. Population is still growing, that's kind of scary. To the professions. Gonna buff up the amount of people working in these. Staff the school. We'll need a graveyard, I think. Kinda wanted it here. But it's a tough fit. have it here. It's gonna interfere with the roads though. Like this. It would cover everyone. It's not a great place for it. I'm gonna want to build it here. I just need to clear these things first. Gather plants. We can actually switch that to be here. Since our gatherer is actually harvesting from this side, from this forest, rather. We could use some herbs, maybe. No, we do have enough. Tailors and workshops, I know. We'll build them up, just need resources for it. It's constantly low on scrap. Where is our harvesting area? Yeah, they are trying to clear that. You have a bunch of homeless people. It's not great. We'll need 10 cloth. Okay, cloth, you do metal. We only need one for plastic now, I think. We've built a workshop. Start making some metal tools. They started growing the food again. I'm gonna have to harvest it now because there is gonna be a drought coming up. It's gonna kill all the plants. We'll need more recyclers. Again, can we fit them anywhere? Not there. Can I just build them on the other side of this? They're actually the other things. We'll want a couple more here. It's gonna be a start. Gather wood. Oh, let's chop more wood. And the scrap has been mostly cleared out. So for now, I'm just gonna start clearing this scrap now. Water isn't great again. But the drought is ending, so it's gonna help. We'll need another rainwater collector or two, and then make another water tower. Make the farmers. Let's get extra water carrier guy. More gatherers. No plants yet, but they are gonna appear. Recycler. Let's get more cloth. Let's get tools. If only we had more resources. Looks like the scrap is the main issue we have currently. Maybe we can actually move this, harvest these piles, and then this can actually harvest the small pieces here. I have a tailor, so let's make some masks. We've built up the shelter, which is nice. It's immediately full to capacity. That's an issue. Logistician. Oh yeah, we need a tailor. Logistician. It's for the market, right? Some tools are gonna be nice. Food is fine, actually. But water again is a problem, so gonna have to solve that. Also, we could get more fishermen. And I think another jetty would be fine to get. Okay, we finally have enough scrap. Teachers. I need to build more shelters because I don't want the population to grow so quickly as it does. It's just insane. I cannot deal with it. Let's just build another one of these. Let's make some capacity. Let's improve the limit. I want to build up another. Where is it? Logistics, temporary storeroom. We'll need another one. Let's build it here. We'll need a decontamination station as well. I'd like to get one here. Wood chopping. Let's keep chopping this. Scrap. There is some more. If you want to improve that, it would be more things. Let's get another tailor. Let's get another couple of charcoal people. We've got more collectors now. We'll need more tars though. Organize festivity. Hard liquor. Not gonna be able to get that. And we have a timed event. How to get liquor? Do you make it in the pub? Produces hard liquor. Okay. Let's build a pub here. More builders. So where do we see our tools and the gear? Yeah, it's very low. Understandable. What does it want for the construction? It's so confusing. Yeah, various things. Just didn't get around doing it yet. So we have another shelter. It immediately is almost full. But it took some people off the streets, so that's useful. Many people don't have clothing or tools, but we are making tools, just taking time. Need to maintain the population more than anything else. It would be useful to get the graveyard, but we really need to figure out where first. Where is our... yeah, this thing. Just keep scrapping this. Contamination, let's get a decontaminator or two. This thing is gonna produce metal. Gonna give it a person. This thing's gonna get cloth, gonna give it a person. I think we'll build the technology, yeah, the research center. We need it even though it's gonna not function properly because it wants electricity. It's just necessary. So let's get one. Okay, we are building the pub. Let's get people. We're chopping. Let's continue doing that. So we have 2 men and cloth. Need to switch metal. It's gonna be 3 metal, 3 cloth, 2 plastic. There's a bunch of scrap here, so let's get it. Now this forest is developing nicely. Could actually use a 3rd freaking school. Let's build one here. Medical facility. We can get it. Preferably somewhere else. Let's build one here. Let's build up another thing. Nobody is really building the roads, which is bothering me. Okay, are we out of wood? For some reason we are. Might actually want another forester. Over here, if you want to maintain a forest for the you know what I mean, the animals. We just cannot collect the water fast enough. Oh, we can get more workforce, right? Yeah, let's just dump people on it. The water tower got upgraded. Just gotta improve its capacity, I think. We can filter stuff with charcoal, but we don't have enough charcoal to really do that. We'd have to set up a new charcoal burner, but we need wood for everything. I suppose we will want another forest in here somewhere. So let's try to build up Forester. It wouldn't work. Get him side by side here, and his work area is gonna shift. He's gonna grow it right there. The hunter is going to hunt here. He's gonna just hunt. You don't have any pastures. Okay, water is just really bad. People might die from it, but it shouldn't kill the city, hopefully. Gonna have to try and build up a couple of wells, I guess. We have 2, but 2 is not enough, really. Let's add a couple. Yeah, build that. Build that next. Add a guy. Any water we can get is good. I know. It's gonna be alright. Another person working the well. Why is this taking so long? It wants plastics and scrap. Okay. Just taking time. Cleared some scrap out of there, so let's remove more. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, but it just wouldn't happen. Still struggling a lot with just basics, so celebration is not happening. Needs coal, needs water, okay, yeah. It's gonna happen. So water tower is done as well. Let's grab a couple more. Unfortunately, we need so much wood. It's just obscene. They'll be building this up. Let's get more foresters. I think some of our crop died before, but that's fine. Contaminated, we need urgent. I have the decontamination station, they will deal with it. It's just taking time. They need charcoal and water for it. Which I mentioned, we need a little more charcoal. Let's try to get another kill. Everything's contaminated. It's probably because of some acid rain or something. Let's get the teachers going to educate all the kids. Forester Lodge. Do you not have anything to do? They will soon enough. Just need to plant things. Scrap collection. Where is the scrapper? You'll need more. Yeah, that's gonna become an issue. Where is the scrapyard? I'll need to build a new one. Just gonna build it here. It's contaminated as well. Charcoal is gonna be really important. The food is still not great. Medical post. some people in it. It's a market. Let's grab a couple of logisticians. Let's get some researchers. Scrapyards and foresters' lodges. The hunter cannot hunt anything. He doesn't have anything to hunt. Let's just switch his focus. This thing. It's gonna collect from there. Okay. Unfortunately, the water is just contaminated a bit. We are trying to deal with it, it's just everywhere. The rainwater is just, yeah. So that's the disadvantage of using it, I guess. Just constantly getting bombarded by radiation. So how are we doing on tools and kit? Very poor. We don't have any medication either. Need a herb hut. I could actually build one here. It doesn't quite fit. We could have it here though. It's gonna gather from the forest. I should be growing a new forest here. That they're using up herbs, right. It's gonna be a drought, but water is fine now. What's not fine is food. Just need more reliable source. Could maybe see an orchard being useful. Another gatherer's hut over here. So we'll be growing a new forest around here. I know, food is not good. We need a new water building as well, because of reasons. I could see getting a new jetty. Okay, build this next. It's the food. It's alright. Population is plummeting a bit. It's not as serious as it seems. You'll get a herbalist though for herbs, and then subtract person from the medical post. Do actually, you don't need that many. This is gonna get some extra people. Won't need as many teachers. food is still low. We've got a research point. Food and housing. Sturdy house. More living space. It costs food and water. Distracting them from work. Yeah, this is good. The loitering bad. Loot out resources. Warehouse, electronics, weather station. Okay. So research this. Don't really have the food for it, but let's try to get it. Hunting lodge cannot hunt things because of reasons. There are some animals here, so let's hunt them. Choose a seed if you can. It's gonna take a while for this orchard to be profitable. Some food. It's immediately gobbled up. Well, it's gonna take a little while. We also don't have many free laborers. Could subtract a couple of logisticians, I guess. Got kids. Can do with a couple less teachers. It's gonna be the drought. Water is gonna be fine, but food is gonna be a little bit of a problem. Let's harvest it now. Because it's gonna be a drought, we need to harvest it before it becomes a problem. It's not available, but we need to get to building the forum for it, I think. Community forum. And it has a range? No, it can be built just about anywhere. It's a community building though, so I'd kind of like it to be somewhere in the city itself. Yeah, a bunch of our people died off, which means that we lost some settlers as well. More people are dying. Yeah, just dead. I think it's a starvation, killing them off. It seems like it's tough to feed everyone once you get to about 100. You might need a bunch of fields, even though they are, like, I hate how you have to micro them, but it might be necessary. Maybe you don't have to micro them. Maybe you can just keep growing even if there is a drought, if you have enough water. I mean, we are most likely not gonna boom from this. It's highly unlikely. Focus on basics, but I think that's enough as a look at this game. I think it can be good if I was to sink some time into it and learn it properly, but as it is, it seems to be a little bit difficult. I might have not wrapped my head around the consumption rates correctly. But the growth rate of the population is actually quite quick, which I guess favors the fluctuation. So if you lose people, you might have a chance to recover. But then again, I never am able to stockpile food, ever. Not sure what it's all about. It's probably the drought killed us. It's alright. As I said, as I look, this suffices for now. So we'll have 5 years. No sense raiding anyone with that. But anyways, thanks for watching and see you around. Bye.